And Amir
Test
K.
1,
may be-
2. Test.
Amir K. might be joining us later if he
Okay.
can get here
Amir?
in time.
Yeah, I like Amir.
He's got to fight the Wilshire traffic.
Wow, what time you guys were here? Earlier?
Well, we work here, so.
Test, record, test, check.
Test.
Nicole.
Sting.
So what, is there rules? Can you swear or?
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah?
No, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, so is
Check
this...
two, check two, check two.
How long you guys been doing it?
Almost
1960...
69, of course.
Good run.
I'm surprised you forgot that year, considering the number.
Good run.
Everybody, please silence your cell phones.
Nobody calls me.
That's because you're self-fulfilling it.
No, it's
So
really
you have everything to
behavioral.
plug and everything that Barb usually does, you got it good.
Yeah.
Good to go?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, we're starting?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought...
Alright, so,
Like,
Yeah, when you hear the music, we're starting. But until then, shh.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the FlappCast. What goes on behind the funny here at Flappers Comedy Club and Restaurant. I am your guest host, Joshua Snyder, filling in for Barbara Holiday, who is out and about. And with me is my glorious co-host, Richy Leis. Say hello, Richy.
Hello, Richy.
Hey! All right.
Now we're starting.
Listen, we're here. We've got a great show for you. We've got the phenomenal Shawn Felipe. Phenomenal Shawn Felipe is here. He will be headlining in Claremont this Friday and Saturday, the 14th and 15th of November. Oh my God.
Street banging.
exciting.
Friday shows at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Saturday shows at 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m.
Oh,
There you
really?
go.
Wow,
Yes,
there's different
yes.
time change there.
By the way, Shawn, they changed the times.
It's,
Yeah.
with the time change.
Right, exactly. But before we get to Shawn, I have a friend who's producing a show. I'm going to bring him up to kind of explain what it is.
He's producing a show?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yes, he's
Yeah,
producing a show.
cool.
Kyle Chrise, let's bring him
Kyle
up.
Chrise from
All right,
6 Cents
buddy.
in the morning?
Thank you guys. Yeah, have you heard about the exciting new show that's coming November 26th, 7:30
26th.
in the Yoo-Hoo Room? It's the day before Thanksgiving, so you know you're not going to have anything to do. You're like, oh shoot, I got family stuff tomorrow, but what am I going to do tonight? And it's the fastest jokes in the West.
Okay, and tell us how this shindig works.
It's kind of this game show vibe. It's going to be two comics on stage at the same time, going joke for joke against each other and the clock.
How uncomfortable.
Is this on Black Friday?
This is the opposite of Black. This is the day before Thanksgiving.
White
it's like
Wednesday?
Orange,
okay.
Orange
Yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah.
I
Orange
think.
Wednesday?
That's the biggest going out night of the year for bars and restaurants.
Is it really?
Yeah,
The night before Thanksgiving. Right, because we need to get drunk to prepare for
Well,
to deal with
yeah,
the family.
we've been with the family, we've been cooking ourselves. Let's just go out, we'll call it a night. And then everyone also comes home, so they all go out to meet each other.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So,
nice.
bring
Listen
the
to
family.
jokes.
Is Nikki
Yeah.
Sixx going to be there?
No, unfortunately,
Son of a...
Who's going to be there?
this is who's headline. This is the title fight, if you will, of the match. It's Matt Davis, the mighty Matt Davis,
Whoa.
versus Jumpin' Jay Hollingsworth.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's good.
Wow, that's an old school battle royale
Yeah.
type. That's
Right.
Yeah.
That's a lot of white bald comedians right there.
We are very diversified. There will be females on the lineup. Chase Bernstein. There's going to be
Any Asian guys?
we're not that diverse.
Oh, see?
Everyone's
See?
still white.
a couple blacks.
This
I
place
think.
is crazy.
I'm sure there's Jews. You know, I never.
Chase Bernstein.
I never ask.
Chase
anymore.
Bernstein. She's a
covers
woman
all of
and
them.
Jewish.
Yeah.
You cover two bases right there.
But it's got that game show vibe. If you like At Midnight, it's gonna have some of that kind of vibe.
Nice.
You know, this is gonna be
We should get Dan Telfer on it next time.
yeah.
What about Shawn
Boy,
Felipe?
that was kind of...
Yeah, I'm pretty diverse.
He would cover a lot of things.
Yes,
yeah,
he
a
would.
lot of ethnicities.
And it's
What are you, Filipino?
I'm Filipino, Thai, French, and Spanish.
Yeah, he's like
French?
He's like a
Yeah.
like
I
a
don't even see
buffet
it,
at a
yeah.
mall.
Yeah, French is not visible right now.
You can see it when he
It's the
seduces
mustache.
you.
The mustache is French.
Yeah, I'm sorry to grow this mustache. I made a bet with my friends who who can keep the mustache the longest will get $50.
Wow.
How long have you been doing it?
4 days.
That's a 4-day mustache.
Has anyone
Four days, dude.
fallen out yet?
Dude, it takes me a long time. No, actually, this is more. This is like a week.
That's funny because mine is a 3-day mustache, right?
Yeah, look at that. You're Jewish, that's why.
That's exactly.
His is a French mustache. Yours is more of a Taliban.
Exactly. Right. That's very true. Now, Ari, here's my question. So you say that they're facing off. Can you give can we do an example of that? Could you do it with one of us?
Yeah,
How does it work?
The most simplest explanation I would say is like, have you ever seen people?
Most simplest explanation. Grammatically, that's all over the place. Can we? Come on.
There's certain things you can and cannot say on a podcast.
Well,
So I would say the most simple
There we go. Well done.
or
No.
the simplest.
you guys are
Do you have a
judging his
preference?
grammar? Oh, no.
Simplest?
I think
boy,
simplest. Let's do simplest.
I think the simplest way to explain this is to say, have you ever seen someone play chess with a chess timer where they hit it and the opponent's clock starts. So in this situation, the first comic tells their joke. When they get a laugh, their opponent's clock
So it's
starts
almost
ticking down.
how long is the timer?
It'll be 3-minute rounds for the headline match. We'll bump that up to.
So you want to do a 60-second match right now between the two of you, and I'll do the timer. So you say punch when you
I would
want me to
lose in
change
this
it.
game. There's too many rules.
How's that sound?
Is
Okay,
that
so
rules?
in other words, the first one to get the punchline hits it.
No, it's the first person. When you get a laugh, then your timer stops.
Gotcha.
Your
So this-
opponent.
I mean, this would probably never stop in
Yeah.
this room.
The audience at home would laugh, and then
Right.
how long does that? It's light speed, so we would be here.
Yeah.
Do we add it?
I saw Interstellar, so I know that it would only.
So did Josh.
That's good. I'm glad we do. I'm glad. Are we all clear on who saw Interstellar? Ed, did you see Interstellar?
I did not.
Not yet, but I
Okay.
really
All
want
right.
to.
So 2 saw it and 3 didn't. Good. Well, I think that's all for today. No.
Yeah. Is that how you play it?
All right, so we're not playing this game.
Yeah, it's too hard.
It's actually when you see it. I encourage you all and everyone watching at home to
Now,
come.
is it like the same kind of jokes? Like, okay, person A has to do a fat joke, and then person B has to do, or just
No,
any
this
jokes?
is as they say, carte blanche. Is that how the French say it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. But it's no rules. It's like, so if you want to do crowd work to get your laughs, if you want to do your bits, if you want to do improvisational.
So it's how quick can you get a laugh, and each laugh gets a point.
Each laugh stops your timer.
Okay. Are there conversions?
It's like
Is it
it's like
so how do you know
chess
if I
timer.
win?
When someone's clock runs out, then you lose. It's like
Okay.
imagine Google chess timer, or check out the Facebook invite of fastest jokes in the West.
What's your?
You'll see it.
Can you give us a little taste of your opening line? What would your opening line be?
Like, say if I came out and said, well, hey, you've seen my haircut in No Country for Old Men, and everyone goes, ha 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 ha.
Ding,
But
and then the next.
But if it died and it didn't get the laugh, then I'm
So who's
for
dinging
the next
it?
one.
You
The-
are?
The crowd is laughing, and then I will be the
and
judge.
then you're
that
the
determines-
judge.
Yeah.
You're the one.
Because you,
But
so
it'll be
you can
obvious by
ding
the room.
yourself.
Well, I mean, is that this is a family podcast, right?
Yeah.
Now, all right. Let me ask you this: If
I want a
one-
manual for this rule.
let's say
you
there's
should
like
come up with a manual. For
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. let's say there's like 15 people and one person laughs. Does that count, or does it have to be more? Is there a certain like laughter threshold that
Yeah,
has to be
because if
reached?
Crystal's doing the sound,
Then that's going to be
it's gonna be a 4-hour show.
You're betting on the over then on the laughs.
You should call it the Ding Ding Show.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Ding ding show. Can I take he gave me that right? Ding ding. No copyright.
Ding Ding.
The Ding Ding Show.
I have an important
There you
question.
go, funny.
Is prop comedy allowed?
Whatever you can get your laugh.
I think so. Yeah, not anything.
Whatever.
Anything.
No rule. Just like in comedy, there's no
And
rules
just
except.
wanting to know if he could just walk in naked. That's what.
So which of the comedians?
I got a big prop.
Which of the comedians that you have in desperation will show their penis first? If you had to pick one.
I would have to probably say.
I'd say him. He's
I
not
would-
in the contest.
Chase Bernstein, I would definitely think is any of the females. Odds are a female is going to whip it out before the guy. I don't. That's just an LA comedy scene, right? I don't know.
True.
Are you taking numbers on this game? On this?
Yeah, the lines are the betting lines is open right now. The Matt Davis is actually the favorite comic.
Oh,
I
wow.
know you would say, well, Jay Hollingsworth won March Madness of comedy this year, wouldn't he be the favorite? But, you know, Vegas.
Well, that's it, because they're
works.
both really funny, but Jay has long stories, and Matt Davis sometimes can...
Fast.
Right, so I don't know how... You're going to have to tell that story really fast.
You should set up a pool for this. That's what you should do online for the promotion.
Yeah, and there'll be big bucks made. Well, you know, that's where all the money is made, on the back end anyway, on the bookie. Not actually on the ticket sales. It's where all the line.
The Ding Ding Show.
The Ding Ding Show. Fastest Jokes in the West, November 26th, 7:30 p.m. Yoo-Hoo Room.
You can't beat it. It's literally like a sore Peter, you know?
Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanksgiving Eve. Thank you very much, Kyle.
Thank
for
you
coming
guys.
out.
Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you.
Thank you for the tens of listeners.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hey, we have like 10 people in China who are listening.
There you go.
That's
appropriate.
they'll spread the
for
word.
what I said. And now that Shawn Felipe is here, we're going to get more.
Yeah, so Shawn Felipe. So
we're gonna get
Shawn.
a little bit of the Philippines and Thailand.
Right. So you know, like the purpose of this is to you know, like really find out about what life is like for you behind the comedy, to glean the comedy secrets. So
You still cooking food?
I still own the business. I'm not the chef, but you know.
But you were cooking.
Yeah, I was cooking on the show.
I'm a huge fan of cooking.
You like? I
cooked last night.
I love eating.
Last night I made a garlic crusted pork loin with a marsala, mushroom, garlic, onion sauce over red skinned potatoes.
Oh, that makes me salivate a little. Yeah? How'd you learn how to cook?
I'm fat. Push comes to shove. Actually, it didn't even get to that. It was
You just gotta figure it out, right?
No, yeah, I'm a huge fan of good food.
Oh man, pork loin
so
is the best.
I can make it myself. You know, it cost me $5 for dinner last night.
Yeah,
and
that's
I had
the
it for
best.
lunch today. Yeah.
You have a lot of food too?
Well, I just got the sliced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so, what's your favorite thing to cook?
I can cook anything.
Are we're just not going to do
I
comedy?
like. We're just no comedy.
No,
just cooking.
I'm into the food thing. I'm into the food thing.
Yeah,
At some point,
yeah.
we probably should. You know.
Yeah.
Talk about comedy. Come on.
Comedy, food goes together. You know, good times.
Actually,
drinks.
did
And especially here.
Did you get the food truck challenge show from the comedy, or was it a totally separate thing?
Well, I went to audition for the show, and I went to 2 auditions, and they kind of liked me, and they said, "Oh, if we cast you for the show, who would you want on the team?" And I thought of my 2 friends in Hawaii. One's a radio host, so I knew he had like a lot of connections with people.
So you walked in, and on your resume, you know, it's like I'm a comedian.
Comedian. Well, I did 1 year of culinary school.
Okay, so that was what qualified you.
It qualified me, and then you had to pitch what kind of food that you would want to do. And I knew.
Okay, I have
like,
a horrible thought. I mean, are you telling? I mean, aren't all culinary schools 1 year? I mean, are they more than 1 year? Does it take?
Yeah,
4 years.
four
Four
years,
years, really?
2 to 4 years, depending
Okay.
on the
So
school.
I'm just a big snob that I thought.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
4 years to. Okay.
I got a great story about a culinary accounting, but go ahead, please.
Uh,
So you pitched Hawaiian food.
Well,
Is that?
I didn't pitch
What is it?
Hawaiian food because, like, I noticed that Hawaii is like a melting pot of different ethnicities. So you look around nowadays, food is like fusion
Right.
with different Asian,
Asian
like
fusion.
that Korean taco truck.
Right.
Okay.
What is it called again?
The Korean taco.
Korean. this I forgot the name. But they have a Korean tacos, and that's Korean and Mexican together.
Okay.
So we
Is it
just
called?
fused.
Please tell me it's called Kim Jong. Yum.
It's good, man. That place is good. I forgot what the name is. You can find it on the street, though.
Korean. Okay, and that's.
It's in California.
Okay, gotcha. There's no. Is there Jewish fusion? I don't think there's Jewish fusion.
It could be out there. You know, like after doing the show, it kind of opened my eyes to all the food trucks. There's so many out there.
Now, see, do you still have your food truck?
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't
still
we
have
do
it.
a Jewish fusion? None of us have actually heard about it. Why don't we?
I think that would just be Chinese. I think it would just be. You know what? Yeah.
It's too hard work, man. I'd rather tell jokes. That's easier.
What if you made it a joke-telling food truck?
Just as long as I don't have
For
to
real?
wash dishes.
You make the top of it look like a stage. You know, in art, I performed at Art Basel a few times, which is a big art exhibit in South Beach, and they have this huge lot that's just a big circle of food trucks, And at the bottom of the lot, where all the food trucks funnel down to, is this huge stage. So they have music on later, but then they have stand-up for the first like hour and a half, and it's super cool because you just walk around and get some falafel or some Korean barbecue or whatever. But you should put a stage on the top of it and hook it up to a sound system. Get Exhibit to soup up your.
It's pretty crazy, huh?
That'd be awesome. You could just travel around,
It could be joke fusion. A little bit of observation.
make money off the food, extra tips off the comedy.
Yeah. I don't know about my comedy, but the food. I love eating, man.
Food with a side of funny.
Yeah, I've always wanted to have a TV comedy cooking show.
Yeah, we should design some kind of pilot.
I got a couple. One of my first idea, which is developed far from it, was Wake and Bake, where it's stuff that you can make real easily for people who are stoned or drunk.
That'd be a good
It just
concept.
takes a couple minutes, like ramen, chicken tenders, and some wine, and you have chicken marsala over pasta. And it's all done in like 4.5 minutes with the microwave.
Yeah, and then what? Every how would you do a show
Stuff you
every
can't
day
fuck
though?
up.
You know what I mean?
Oh, come on. How did you do a show?
Just
You can have
interview
a show every
stoners.
day, then you
Interview
just fall
stoners
asleep.
is what do you eat?
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you guys ever ate though?
The craziest thing. I've had turtle. That was.
You guys have been
that was
comics.
weird.
I've been to the point where I just make all kinds of stuff.
I mean, I've had stuff on like gator in Florida. I've had squirrel in Philly, rabbit.
I didn't like gator too much.
Wait a minute, squirrel in Philly?
It's too
yeah,
tough.
growing up, I had gator. Actually,
tough.
it just tastes. They deep fry it like chicken, and it's like gator nuggets down in Florida. So
Yeah, it's not that great.
I've had it a bunch. No, it's nothing special. I'd rather have chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on this. Squirrel in Philly.
In Philadelphia, growing
Okay.
up, I had squirrel. My dad used to bring a mystery meat to Passover.
Yeah. You eat a lot of squirrel in Louisiana too,
Yes,
man.
And at what point in the meal does he go, it's a squirrel?
Yeah. After you try it.
What do you think? It was like a Cornish game hen at first?
No, I was like, this is a squirrel. It's a half a squirrel sitting there. It's not like we had to guess really hard.
Was it good?
It was kind of vulgar to think of, like if you put it on your head. I just tried a little bit off the rib area.
Wait, was this done for him out of fun, or was it a money thing, or?
No, just for fun. My dad's a weird dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we just
And
brought a
that's
squirrel.
why Richie's doing comedy now.
Yeah, partially because of my horrible attitude. Makes their kids eat squirrel. What am I?
At a
I
Jewish
tried squirrel.
at a
though.
Jewish high holiday. Wait, which one was it? Was it Passover? Because there are rules.
There was a high holiday. There was rules, but it was I don't know.
I think as long as you don't bread it, I think you can do it.
Did he
It's
bread
okay
it?
on Passover.
Did he marinate?
It wasn't
No,
breaded.
it was-
I would have made mine teriyaki.
It was more or less like grilled.
See, fusion. There you go.
teriyaki.
It's in the new Jew fusion food truck.
Stuff
Flappers.
from hummus.
We're gonna make it a remote location, just
Yeah.
a wandering. A Jewish fusion truck is wandering is like
Oh,
perfect
it would kill.
combo of
40 years in the desert. I guess we call it.
yeah.
Just serve people mono.
We don't know where we're going.
Well, this is the most bland food I've ever had. Give me more. This is
All right, I can't get over that. We need to investigate the squirrel. Like the thing you just told us. Like
you never
it was-
heard about that before?
No, like it was.
Squirrel
It's a thing.
Oh yeah, it's
Eating
yeah,
squirrel?
thing.
Really?
we grew up. We had these these Polish dudes who were like roofers that my dad was friends with, and construction guys, and they would hunt everything, and they would tell my dad about it. My dad, they brought some venison to him one time, and I got really into it. He's like, "What else do you catch?" And they're like, anything that people need discarded from their home, they'll like eat. So they'd hunt a lot too. So they would just have tons of stuff. They never had to really buy their meat.
So did you eat a lot of food that your father killed?
I did not.
Okay.
My father did not kill it.
Oh.
He just got it from somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
He just got it from these.
he procured it.
Yeah.
Did he pay for it?
No.
No. So it's a free squirrel.
Yeah, they're just friends. Never ever given you food before?
Never squirrel.
We have holidays. Jewish holidays. Purim is based off of giving people food.
If somebody gave me squirrel, I wouldn't even know what to do with it.
I gave you squirrel earlier, but I guess you're not itching from it yet.
Wow.
That's what they call a BJ from a dude with a beard. So-
Yeah. Yeah. How long did you grow that thing?
How long? I'm on month 2
Oh, that's
right
good.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's thicker than mine. I've been doing it for 18 years.
You can't do that.
I like it because it's the closest I'll get to being feared. That's
Yeah,
what I
your
think.
hair too. It kind
Yeah.
of reminds me of like you know that what is that movie with Noah's Ark? With Steve Carell.
Noah?
Steve Carell.
Oh,
And he
oh.
just kept growing it.
Right. The
Noah's.
Evan Almighty.
Right. Evan
There we go.
Almighty. Yeah.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long are you gonna grow that for? Is that for like November?
I don't know. I think the
You
hair.
could say that. You might as well.
Yeah, might as
Yeah.
well.
I mean the hair. I don't know. I'm the hair. I'm gonna. I was actually thinking of shaving it, the hair, and actually going bald. I've never done it before.
Well, you shaved it really close.
And we just let Sean's kale salad is around.
Yeah, well, I got some squirrel.
Some squirrel. Yeah. Squirrel kale. That's
Yeah,
very
the
nice.
cranberries is the squirrel ate it and shit it out.
Yeah.
It's like the
Just
coffee
like that.
from
Yeah.
Indonesia.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. Paulo Gata had coffee and gave it to me. You know
Oh,
Paulo?
really? Yeah, no problem.
And then the animal eats.
Yeah, it's the shit coffee.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
shit coffee.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be strong though.
It's funny because I can't stand. I don't like drinking coffee at all. But I love shit.
So you're like,
I think about
give me
picking it
some.
up.
Can I get a cup of shit?
Yeah.
I can't get over this. I can't get over this squirrel. I mean, they just show up and go, here you go, and everyone was
No, my dad cooked it and then brought it out.
okay.
And just in like I remember it was in a silver serving dish.
All right. And what did it taste like?
Jesus, it tasted like we've been on this topic way too long.
Yeah. But it's just. I mean, it was. I
It
don't know.
tasted just regular meat. It was chewy. It was like, have you ever had chicken?
Yeah, I've had
Yeah,
chicken.
okay, there you go.
Okay.
Well,
But you know, like the chicken when you're like picking off the bone and it's like you're down to the ribs and stuff, and you're just picking that little. That's the more. It was like more of the.
It's like that?
Yeah.
Got it.
'Cause
It's like
there's
the
not so
Costco
much
chicken from the
Gotcha.
back part.
meat. Yeah. Exactly.
Gotcha. Did anyone do an impression of Boris and Natasha while you were reading?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Everyone else was pretty pissed at my dad for bringing squirrel to the table. But then they tried it and they're like, oh, well. It's fine."
Would you eat other animals like
What's the craziest thing you've ever eaten?
alligator? Oh, I ate a cricket.
Oh, okay.
I went to Thailand and they
You
had
can eat crickets
crickets
here, you know. We have crickets in.
I know it's gross though. It's like shrimp. You know?
Right.
That's what shrimp reminds me of. Like it's like the insects under the water.
Yeah, I agree. Like a
It's the
prawns.
same thing. It's kind of gross.
Really? I would think that I wouldn't. I'd eat a cricket. I'd eat ants. I'd eat that stuff. Like I watch
tried
Bizarre
it.
Food,
Yeah.
reservations, and.
Would
I
you eat
think
some of the
that's
stuff
it.
that he eats?
Well, the problem is I'm lactose free and I've got the gout, so I can't do red meat. I can't do anything based off of milk, so I'm really screwed to begin with. So I would eat. Yeah, I would try shit.
So if we went on survival, you probably have to be. You'd probably get gout.
Well, you know.
Well, he already has gout,
Yeah,
right?
I have gout. I just
So,
specifically don't
like-
eat shit, so I don't feel pain.
So we just come across a cow. You
I'm
wouldn't
bringing some
be able-
Lunchables, buddy.
Lunchables. Okay, so we should probably talk about comedy a little bit, right?
Oh, I thought that was comedy.
Right.
So you're from Hawaii originally?
I was born in California. My dad was in the Air Force. My mom and dad met in Vietnam. That's how. we
In
became
Vietnam
Yeah.
or like?
Vietnam War?
Okay.
Oh, so in
Yeah.
the thick
In
of
My
it.
parents met last year in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So that's
were on
like
vacation.
that really is the plot of Miss Saigon in a way, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
My dad was in the Air Force. She was a waitress, and then got me. My dad's from Hawaii originally, and then they moved there. Could have moved around a lot before I went to Hawaii, though.
Where did he fly in the Air Force? I mean, beyond planes, what specific?
Oh, F-15s.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
he was a mechanic for the F-15s. He wasn't a pilot.
Oh, so he,
Yeah.
okay, good. So he just fixed them and went,
Fix him up.
there you go.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Better place to be.
Yeah, it's way better.
F-15s. That's the F-14 was the one in Top Gun. That's for some reason I know planes. It's the
But
one
I think
masculine
both
thing I
of them
know.
were pretty fast, though, right?
Very fast.
Yeah.
Plane.
Yeah.
Look how slow that plane's going.
It's a carrier.
No, they flew the Wright brothers aircraft in Vietnam. It was very
So
touch
how,
and go.
but where's your comedy influence from? I mean,
Oh, man.
Who's your comedy father?
like where are you from in comedy?
How did I kind of just fell into comedy. Like, it was in Hawaii, too. I kind of liked watching Saturday Night Live, and I remember my dad introduced me to Eddie Murphy,
Really?
Okay, right.
and I couldn't watch that because it was too vulgar.
Hey son, come here. I want you to
But hey,
introduce
Amir.
a buddy of mine.
And, yeah.
Amir
then
K's here too, so we'll bring up.
What's up, buddy? Come on, sit up here.
Then I
Here,
studied.
grab that.
Oh, right into it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have right over here. No, have a seat. Or just. You want to perform it?
There, I'll take this one.
You gonna perform with some of
What's
your?
up, buddy? How are you?
You just coming from snowboarding.
We're joined now by Amir K, by the way.
Richie,
ladies
they
and
can't see me, which
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is yours.
Which does-
Amir's headlining this weekend here in the main room. Shawn Felipe in Claremont.
Right,
Oh,
we have
oh.
all the headliners right
Competing.
here.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
and then what the fuck are you guys doing?
We're not headlining this weekend.
I'm emceeing actually for
you?
the one and
Who's
only
doing
Amir K. I say one
There
and
you
only.
go.
I know like 5 Amir Ks.
There's a lot of Amir K's, man.
Really? Are you really serious? How many?
K's. I don't know
On the
about.
phone book? Yelp.
There's a lot.
Can we get some water for Amir K? You tell Bob thanks.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. I would have offered you this one, but I just
Yes,
sipped it.
sir. Sorry, late, guys.
So we're talking about Shawn. We're talking about where he came from in comedy, like where he's from Hawaii, and we're talking. His parents met in Vietnam.
And Richie ate a squirrel once.
I had a squirrel.
Yeah.
once. Josh is still on that shit. But
Study-
so you got into comedy. Your dad introduced you. He showed you Eddie Murphy and some of the classic
Yeah.
comics, and you came up and you were like,
I wanted to be an actor, and I got a degree at University of Hawaii in theater, and a minor in television and film.
What was one role you played in college?
I
That was notable.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, who were you in it? Seymour?
Yes, Seymour.
Oh, very nice. Okay, gotcha.
The brown one.
Yeah, I was a theater major.
You too?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and I was your dentist.
Theater, man. Yeah. And then
That's right.
started doing stand-up at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now what I hear though is that like the comedy scene in Hawaii, I hear there's like not too many clubs. It's kind of
Not too many clubs. There was like Laugh Factory and other rooms. I think they just had a Maui comedy festival.
Mhm. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a pretty big one. That was the first one. Big headliners coming down. I just heard about it. It was like this past month, I think.
Okay, cool. And then at what point did you move out to California?
About 7 years, I think, 6 years. And then started doing the college and military circuit.
College,
That's it,
military.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I think I'm outgrowing the college circuit.
You're outgrowing them,
I think so.
right?
It's the mustache. It's the
Yeah.
shape of the mustache.
Look,
Yeah, do
you
you find it weird? How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
man, I'm 39.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's
Black
kind of
don't
weird
crack.
to go and like perform for the college. You know, after so many years, you're just like.
Yeah, it's weird. Don't
When I was in
you-
college 22
don't-
years
that's
ago.
the reason I don't do colleges
Like,
that often,
I don't-
because I don't relate to that demographic as much as I do like a club demographic.
Because you're coming at what, 52? You're 52.
I'm 69.
69.
and-
Wow.
you look good.
Yeah,
You
phenomenal.
look good.
Yeah,
All the 69.
Yeah.
that's right. I didn't want to go there, man. There you go.
It's the 369 mentions now.
No, man. Anybody that was going to come to the shows this weekend is man.
That's not true. This is the most listened to podcast in rural China. Okay.
So yeah, so you stopped doing colleges, huh?
For a year, trying to take care of that food truck thing,
Yeah.
from the show, and actually sold my share, so I'm out of that.
Oh, really?
But maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Son of a, there go all my Jewish fusion truck ideas.
Damn it.
Amir's down. He's got that Mediterranean feel going on.
Oh,
Maybe that's
man.
some Persian food fusion.
Yeah, let's get
Oh.
some hummus and some falafel.
Yeah, sure.
I could eat hummus all day.
We've got great hummus here at Flappers Comedy Club restaurant.
Yeah, from Costco.
No, chef makes it from scratch. It's awesome
Oh,
hummus.
dude.
It's great hummus.
Chickpeas.
It's the ambrosia for the gods of hummus.
I'm a
That's how
huge
good.
hummus fan. I think, and it's
I mean,
there's some
come
places.
on.
I'm not going to mention what clubs in the greater Los Angeles area that serve hummus. They got some shitty hummus out there, but we got some good hummus.
Yeah, you can tell when people fart around here, huh?
Fart around here
Yeah,
because it's the hummus.
Do you get gassy from hummus?
You do. It's
I'm
from
just
beans.
pretty consistently gassy, so I wouldn't be able to say what specific.
I get gassy from Squirrel personally.
So you gotta take some Beano.
No, I'm down with the wind. Amir, how did you get into stand up?
I don't. What do you mean?
Like, was there a point you were like, oh, look at this?
How did I
Like,
get into
I was
it?
doing stuff. I was doing stuff with different performers who were I was kind of helping them manage themselves and got them on some comedy shows. And I went to a comedy show. I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And
No,
then I just got into it. I just started doing open mics and producing my own shows right away. But like, was there an influence? Was there a reason that you got into
Oh, I think it's just the same as, I mean, not the same, but I've told this story so many times, like on every podcast you do, it's like the same.
So it should
but
be a tight
no,
story.
not even, but it's just like, you know, I was always making people laugh, like in the neighborhood, growing up as a kid, like being class clown, getting kicked out of class for making jokes, shit like that. And then I always knew I wanted to do something in that vein, and I started to watch, like, you know, Comedy Central, and all like, comedic actors were my huge influence, like, early on, like, watching In Living Color, like Martin, you know, the show Martin.
So urban humor was more.
I don't know why I related to.
Do you remember was it BET's Comic View where there was, I can't even remember the dude's name, but he was this little tiny black dude who would do somersaults or cartwheels after every joke that he did.
Was it In Living Color? That's how we met. I was writing for that. Remember that?
Yeah.
Showcase thing.
Oh yeah.
For In Living Color, was it for us?
No, CBS.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we did. We met there. We met at the CBS showcase like 4 years ago, or 3 years ago.
Man,
Something like that.
4 years is crazy how
Yeah,
fast it
And now
goes.
you're both headlining the Flappers the same weekend.
I know,
Is that?
man.
I know.
I gotta-
the same week, dude? I wanted
I
to
gotta
watch
make
you.
this.
It's like,
We could do a live feed.
it's funny.
So that in the green rooms show each other's sets rather than
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
the
cool.
current club. That would be kind of
You
cool.
put in the back room, like the back right here, and just watch.
Is there any way we could just
Same
bring a
time,
projector down and play his set?
And
play
now-
play his too on the other side.
Or we just play recordings of both of you guys, and then you guys just go to Hawaii and hang out. We do that too.
I have a comedy question, and this is for anyone, Josh, anyone out there. Is there something that's your absolute favorite part about doing stand-up?
I kind of don't like it that much.
Shut up.
No, I like the part of making people laugh and the craft.
Okay,
but
so that would be your favorite part?
the
Is
traveling
actual
part
laughing
is
part?
shitty, man. It gets me tired. I don't know.
I mean, still like that. If that's all we can complain about, you know, we still
the
have
traveling
this-
part. I think that's what we get paid for, to travel.
Right.
Because the comedy part is fun.
Right, you're like,
You
I'm
know?
not getting 500 for a gig, I'm getting 500 split amongst 7 hours of traveling.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
what I
not
think.
that
It's like,
much
man,
if you think
when
about
you
it.
start thinking
You don't
about
get
the travel
$4.50 an
and all
hour.
that stuff. Gives me anxiety. I don't know. I'm not really a good traveler, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But do you travel alone?
Sometimes I tour with somebody or like.
It's more fun, right?
Yeah, it's a lot more fun when you have.
Have either of you ever traveled with a woman?
I may have,
not
yeah.
that fun.
No, it's not
No.
as it's.
It's okay.
I could see that backfiring potentially. I have such limited experience.
I've traveled with women plenty.
Oh, okay.
When I was with somebody, so it was no issue. I never even thought about it. I was just like, oh, let's go. But
You don't really make money though, huh?
Oh, you mean like with a significant other? No, like
Yeah.
that sucks because it
Because of vacation.
Yeah, it's like double the expense.
I mean, you do it twice a year if you're in a relationship or whatever. Like if you're going to Vegas, you know, because I think both of you go to Vegas pretty regularly now.
I just got back. Yeah, those runs are so long, dude. 6 days.
Right, but you
Yeah.
invite for the last 2 days. You'd be like, hey, why don't you meet me in Vegas for 2 days?
You know what's fucked up is like I lost more money being by myself because I gambled.
Yeah.
If I would have had my girl there, it would have been just.
Dude,
like,
last time I went, I worked with $30, $40 both ways. I played for like 10, 12 hours, and I pretty much broke even.
Yeah.
That's a win, bro. That's
Yeah,
a
I
win.
know. It was unbelievable. I was like the happiest Jew in fucking Laughlin.
Yeah,
So if you guys weren't doing comedy, what would be the next thing you would do?
This interview has changed sides. That was Shawn Felipe. Everybody.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure.
you guys can see Richy and Josh headlining.
I'd be acting. Well, I still want to act, but I'd like to do that. And
If acting didn't work, what would you do? I'm just trying to get to like the, get to where you're doing work for AT&T.
I'm just gonna go around and get interviewed.
Financial planning, I think. I've always felt that calling. I went to a financial planning mic way back like 8 years ago.
Nice.
Guys get up and they, kind of explain their portfolios.
Fred Pryor career track.
Right. Got that, exactly.
I was in elementary special education.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but who was the teacher? Oh!
That was a good job.
How about you?
This is it, man. This is
Yeah.
it for me. I already did the other shit. This is
What was the other shit?
I did real estate appraisals. I was going to go to law school and didn't do that, but have a background in real estate appraisals and had a business for a while.
I was in real estate for a while. I did in Florida just as a day job. I was a reverse mortgage educator. So I would go in and give speeches to seniors
about getting screwed by mortgage companies.
Well, I was there to tell them.
Reverse mortgage is like set up so where
if
like,
you
it's
if
like
you
you're
don't
gonna
need
die soon.
anything, yeah, if you don't
You're
need
gonna die
anything, like why not take $200,000 in cash and just go blow it? Right.
At Vegas.
But then again, it's like if you want to leave anything to anyone, don't do it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But there are some cool regulations. Anyway, I've been at it for 10 years, but
set up to where you die in debt, pretty much.
Now, did
no,
both
it's neutral. So
Let me-
when you die, there is no.
They
debt.
just wipe it.
They just wipe it clean.
So
no one
did-
gets-
I need to start doing that.
Given your backgrounds, did both of you see what happened in 2008 coming at all? Did you?
That's when I started comedies when that bullshit tanked. It was like late 2007. And I lost like 70% of my business in like a month because they were all the subprime lenders,
Right.
and they were the first to get hit. Man, so I lost like all this money coming in. I was like, well,
I was in Florida,
time to make a move.
which was like a huge crash. It was even before that. That there was just so much construction and no money, so it was just a lot of vacant quarter buildings all over the state of Florida.
Wow.
And then every other person turning to something else. Like there was no word for those people.
At some point in Orange County, it was like everybody did loans. Like, you go through the drive-thru and the guys did loans. Like working at the thing on the side, he did loans, but he was just doing that, Like you can teach a monkey to do it.
I'll go number 2.
You want to
Biggie.
You want to refinance? The rates are really low.
And come check out my show.
I'll take the $1 menu chicken nuggets, $1 menu French fries, and the 30-year low.
And a mansion, please. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Gotcha. Did that just bring it down? I just brought it down.
No.
That was too depressing. We got to talk about happy things now. What's your writing process like?
Me?
Or
Talk
Amir?
about my problems, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You
Talk
talk
about-
a lot of problems.
So I talk about divorce, I talk about marriage, I talk about, I grew up in like multi-ethnic, so that was a lot of challenges too. So,
For you personally or for your
Personally.
family structure?
personally,
What are you talking about, in Hawaii?
Hawaii, and my dad was in the Air Force, so we moved around a lot.
Oh, wow,
And
so you
some
always
some
had-
states didn't have people that look like me, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
I don't think any state
Identity.
currently has anyone that
Yeah.
looks like you. You're
I
quite
know, right?
original looking. You have the
except
mustache.
Hawaii. I'll go to Hawaii, I was like, oh, everybody looks
Hey,
like
where's Waldo?
Yeah. So, pretty much like autobiography of my whole life, pretty much.
Are
I
you
think
the-
that's the easiest way.
Are you at the point where if something terrible happens and you're crying about it or you're very bad, is there a party that's like, oh, okay, this is going to be, in 6 months, this is going to be fun?
Yeah, like it has to have something inside that like I need to talk about, then it'd be something for me to keep digging at.
Do you write? Do you write?
Where was that coming from?
I was just, or do you write
Sound
it
like
down,
a-
or do you express your ideas on stage, and that's how you form your material? Or you
I
sitting
used
there
to write
writing
when I first
stories?
started, like, you have to learn all that basic stuff, and
Right.
then now I get a topic and something that,
Like, what's
moves
your
me.
process now? Like, as a
Now?
professional, there's something that you, like, for me, if I get an idea in my head, I write down a word, and then I just get on stage and I work out that idea, that word.
Yeah, it's like writing on
yeah,
stage.
writing on stage, kind of channeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that, and then you speak out the bit. There's.
I
a couple
think
points
that's
you
the
wanna-
best way to do it.
Yeah, especially if you're like doing, if you're getting a lot of time. It's hard to do that early on because you get like
Mm.
3, 4, 5 minutes at a time. So
Right.
it's not like you have like an hour on.
I'm doing
a
that
couple
with my
hours
3 or
on
4
the-
minutes. That's what I'm doing. Is that?
Yeah, but I mean, it's easier to write on the on
Right.
stage when you have a lot more time. Like if you're touring and you're doing shit like hour sets. It's easier to
Then you
write
can
it.
do that in the
But I
middle.
mean, you can still do it, like you said. You can still do it. It's just easier too, I think.
But at this, you've gotten to the point now where you talk it out instead of writing it out.
Yeah, just take the topic, maybe a couple punchlines in there, and then like bullet points, and kind of grow. Sometimes the better punchlines come spur of the moment, spontaneity.
Got to be
Yeah, like a random show, and then you'll just
Yeah, and then I record it, listen to it, and then try to remember how I did that spontaneous joke again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't work out like that,
No.
Just, it depends. Like some bits are like done different every night, just
Yeah.
based on what the room is like. You know what I mean? Just like the energy of the room or what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
If you try to recreate, I think exactly, then it just comes off like not, it's cliche to say, but organic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's that, that
looks
point where you
like-
say something first and it kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go and you're like
Try to do it.
verbatim and it's not going to work.
Yeah, and then you go back and it's like, why didn't it work?
Yeah, God, it's so
and
frustrating.
that's
That's
I
one of
think-
my favorite parts of comedy.
Yeah, because you're trying to figure it out all the time.
It's
That's,
such a
that's
good-
what keeps me
that
going.
feeling, that there's that feeling right there in the middle that you get, like a fuzzy
Yeah.
belly button.
Yeah, I'm the type of person like I'll keep like working at it, just like studying and trying to wrench it,
Yeah.
And then when the bit's done, it's boring already. You know what I mean?
I don't even know. Yeah, it's like then I always say like, oh, my bits aren't done, and then there's some bits I've been doing the exact same way, like for like 3-4 years, the same. Then you're talking it out, and you're like, why am I saying this exactly? You know what I mean? Like you wanted to change something, but it just those are, and that's what I find when you were talking about writing your bits out. I find that the bits that I wrote early on, wrote them out. A lot of those I'm like stuck to the format sometimes, but whereas if I write it on stage, it's going to be different every night. Like I'll do it, and then something's.
It's funny because I've started seeing how I would write it on paper in my head, and that's how I change words around.
Mm-hmm.
Is I actually visualize how I would write it, but I don't actually write it out like that. Like I don't write it out verbatim, but that's how I see it. There's a joke that I'm doing about how growing up I was teased because my last name is Leis. They say Leis. And at the end of it, I go, and that's the story of why I shave my head. But there are also times where I go, and that's the history of why I shave my head. And both jokes work on occasion, but they also don't work on occasion. And I feel like it's that one word that I haven't gotten right that will make or break the joke or take it to the next place where it will make it hilarious. History or story. It's driving me fucking nuts. It's really, so if you have any ideas.
All right, we're gonna take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Really
Richy's
stop
coming.
No, I watch Amir too. Like sometimes you get to perform. Like if you give somebody your material, it won't work for them.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and that's why I like to do my jokes that way.
Yeah.
Whether it's a character or some shit that where you go, oh my god, well that's a mere case shit. Like you couldn't do it,
Yeah, you couldn't do it because they wouldn't know. Because like you, the person as a character, you're performing your soul now. You know what I mean? Like kind of like Richard Pryor.
Yep.
You can't do this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's his life.
And I think the farther you get from personal experience, the more that what you come up with is something that anyone could do.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yeah.
which is, I don't know, it's not, but that's always in the back of my mind too, is it, well, if I write something, well, if someone else can do it, is it,
Also, a strong point of view, though. There's like a certain, if you have a point of view that's really strong, then you would be like, like a guy like, say, Bill Burr, or like even like Sebastian Maniscalco, like his style and his point of view is that,
That's his punchline.
Yeah, it's like just frustrated with everyone, like you just know that, okay, that's...
what is point of view? I hear it all, that's one of those
Like
that I hear all the
POV?
time. But what is that?
It's your stance. Are you asking seriously?
Yeah, because it's
Your
something
point
I
of view
hear.
is your view of the world. So however you view it through your lens, that's the way your comedy should be coming out. It's like you have a certain type of point of view. Are you pessimistic? Are you optimistic? Are you like all these things? How you grew up is going to shape your point of view. And then the more true you get to that, I think, is the more pure your comedy will get. I don't know. I mean, there's no rule book on this shit. You know what I mean? You just do it how you do it. And I'm not one to say that, but I think when people talk about finding their voice, it's that point of view that we talk about.
That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And
Gotcha.
that takes years to get. It's like I don't even think I'm fully there. Where I've gotten way more comfortable with my sets and doing when I perform and feeling like I'm tuned into how I really am off stage. But then still I go, okay, wait, there's more shit I want to talk about that I haven't even scratched the surface of like half the stuff that I want to.
To do that style of point of view in the stories, I think it takes at least a good 10 years now.
It depends. I honestly think
or
you
a
could
lot
say
of
that.
simulated hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's all time. And I also think that because I started when I was 27, I started stand up. And I think when you start, it is instrumental to like how fast, not how fast, but how in tune you are with your voice. So like, if you start when you're 18, you don't know what the fuck your voice is. Like, even in life, you don't know what your voice is.
I started when I was 22, 23, and I was writing jokes to write jokes.
Yeah, so you don't
Right.
know.
I've been
you don't know
spending the
your
last 10
worldview
years trying to
yet.
get out of and trying
Jokes,
to express
yeah.
my point of view and try to find my persona.
27. You started at
I started
23.
23.
23. I started 27.
Yeah. So that's
28. Yeah.
And I think when you're there, it's like it's still going to take you a while to get, your point of view and stuff out on stage because you're not comfortable performing yet. But you've lived 27 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think you have a lot more to pull from than an 18-year-old. That's why if you look at a lot of open mics, with the younger comics, it's all about like
The same.
jacking
same.
off or like, 'cause
Rape.
that's what you know. That's what you know at that time, or you're trying to do something. But once you live the life and you start, I've talked to a lot of other comics.
That's why I don't like doing colleges too much.
Dude, I don't relate to
Yeah.
that. I used to. If I was younger, maybe I would enjoy that more. But I feel like at that point in your life too, it's like 18 to 21-year-old, kids. They're just and they're just learning shit for their first time, so their point of view.
And their media. So if you're not like a college
Yeah.
kid, what are you following that shares the, like you have to look up what's the top 40 right now.
Yeah.
You walk in there and be like, oh, it's not Britney Spears.
Yeah,
right?
they don't give a shit about Thundercats. That's what sucks.
No, it's like sometimes, what you're trying to do is.
Unless it is in fact the DC Thundercats that you're going to.
But I don't know. I mean,
I
I don't
went to
think
community
it's
college outside of DC.
Thundercats. I love Thundercats.
And they're on the move. I just kill. I'm sorry. I killed the podcast to get this.
No, it's good.
This is why they don't take me out.
POV.
POV. Yeah. Well, and I think that's a great point because I hear it bandied about so much by comedians. You need a point of view, and it's how you feel, what you think.
It's just you being you.
I mean, even jokes for jokes like Dwight York, one-liner comic, hilarious, and his one-liners show a clear point of view. So like you can have that as well. Like you don't have to be a deadpan one-liner and not show your point of view. You don't have to do just fucking jokes.
I can't do one-liners like that, man. Like, that's so much you have to remember.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
It's
Oh,
more
just different styles, yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? Like a
Do that.
story, you go by emotional,
I like to intertwine them all.
your emotional thoughts and
You always have some one-liners in your back pocket.
one-liners is rough.
Oh yeah, then there's those jokes. Yeah, it's like you gotta, close. Like you got like 10 seconds to close something, and you're like, oh, let me get to this 10-minute bit. Like,
It's one of my least favorite things is when comics all like there's the things we all say and you're like shit. I wish I hadn't said that. Like, well, right before I take right before I leave, let me just leave you guys with this.
Oh, that thing.
Let me leave with this. Or
Let me leave with this.
one of my least favorite things is when like
I always
comic
just
after
say that
comic
for the
on
guy
stage go,
time.
hey, how you guys doing?
oh yeah, that shit too. But no, I always say it for the guy in the booth. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here after this. So
And it just
I
feels
don't give a
weird,
shit.
right? Even though,
I think I feel like the new one of those is transitions, right? When,
yeah,
I don't have transit. That I always.
Yeah, I hate trying that. That's. I
You
mean,
guys
it's so
like
funny.
impressions? Anyone here like impressions?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
I hate them. I would
Who's,
never say that though. But
a lot of people say that though.
yeah, you hear it every day.
Well, yeah, that's
An open
some of
mic,
those
yeah.
shits.
It's the opposite of what we were just talking about. Point of view. That's,
Google POV.
he's no longer a virgin. Though. He's no longer a virgin. He lost his virginity.
That's true. I've had sex 4 times.
Really?
Yes.
What was his
Just
name?
4? I feel like it was more than 4 times.
No, and in many ways for her it was less.
4
The
times.
same girl.
Yes, it was.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel free. He's probably his own book. Do you have any questions?
I don't know. How old are you now?
I'm 32.
32. Okay.
God, I'm almost 33. I'm almost Jesus' age.
Yeah. And he died at 33.
I know. That's what freaks me out.
Is that why you're growing
So
your
did
hair?
Chris Farley.
Yeah, he didn't mean like Jesus' current age.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious because you're all over
I'm
33, right?
Yeah.
I'm 33.
You are 33. Did at any point you go, oh, this is the age that Jesus died? Did that neuroses ever?
Who are you
I
talking
did.
about?
You?
Who?
You?
Jesus?
Jesus.
Who?
There's this dude. His hair was beard was similar to Josh.
Yeah.
Hair a little longer.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, the guy.
If the two of you had a baby.
Because my fear, I don't know why, I have no relation to Jesus. I don't worship Jesus. But now that I'm about to turn 33, I'm going, am I going to get crucified? That's where my
Well,
brain
you know
comes from.
enough to know his age.
Well, you're right, I know that.
You know?
Knowing you personally would have happened already.
That was a legitimate concern for you?
I wouldn't call it a legitimate concern, but I had that neurotic thought, and I went, oh, okay, I'm reacting to this. And then it left, but it did happen.
If somebody grabbed you and started, like, gonna crucify you, that'd be crazy, you know?
I don't know, I just...
It's gonna be that feeling of like crowd surfing,
Oh, man.
where you can't get off. You're like,
I've
shit.
never crowd surfed.
Never?
Maybe like.
Pearl Jam? You didn't do the Pearl Jam days?
I never went to a Pearl Jam. I've been to a Red Hot Chili Peppers show in
Oh.
1997. It was the coolest show I've ever been to.
Yeah, they were badass.
It was like it was unbelievable. I've been to lots of shows, but that's not common.
We got to do the punch it up now. We're almost
There.
there on the time.
Okay.
This was good. We covered a lot of topics. I feel good about this. Do you guys feel good about this?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that's good.
What have you had?
You're not lying. You
I
would be honest.
no,
you're not
I wish we had
feeling
more time with you guys.
It's interesting.
interesting.
Squirrels and everything.
Right.
Squirrels.
But the way that you missed it, he said, yeah, my dad fed us a squirrel once,
Well,
and then we
no,
kept
it wasn't-
talking,
it
and he just
I don't think that that's
it wasn't
weird, though.
just that. It was Sean said, "What's the craziest thing you've ever eaten?" And squirrel's
Squirrel.
probably on the top of my list.
How about you, Amir? You weren't here for the discussion. What's the craziest thing? You traveled a lot.
Her name was Amanda.
oh,
Dude, I think it's just regular stuff. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like,
You just eat regular stuff.
maybe alligator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he is alligator as
in
well.
Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, that's probably the weirdest, I guess.
You ever had a deep fried Oreo?
I have.
Oh God, it is one of the best things you could ever put in your face, but you feel like a heart attack is going
Yeah.
on here.
Really, you check your pulse afterwards.
all right, good. So we're gonna do the punch it up, and we're gonna bring up a comedian who's gonna do 3 minutes, and then we're gonna give
Oh, cool.
some
That's
constructive feedback.
Oh, that's him? That's him right there?
That's him right there. Yes, it is. I'm gonna give him this mic, and then I'll just passively observe.
All right, and we're out of
You can give it. You should
time.
give it.
Sorry, guys.
All right. So Ed, when he's at 3 minutes, Ed is gonna do a sound effect of people clapping.
What do you mean a sound effect? That's people clapping.
Well, okay, right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Jordan Leer.
Thanks, guys. Amir, you fucking sound so excited for this part. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have a comedian up here. Good. It's not awkward at all. Just us four fuckers listening to him. Thanks. Thanks for the encouragement. I'm not sweating this over there at all. Jesus. Okay. Jokes. God. My life. I found out recently that I am a side bitch. You ever heard that in my situation? Like a man mistress? That's what I am to a girl. This girl I've been smooching with the past year, she got a boyfriend. I don't care at all. I really don't. He's really upset. He's really mad at me. He called me a homewrecker, specifically. I was like, dude, I'm not some big bad wolf. I'm like an Abercrombie model at best, all right? How strong is the home that I'm wrecking, really? Like, I look like I still do homework. This is your fault. This is your fucking fault. I was like 10 years older than me, too. I was like, Jesus. I don't know. They say you should date a girl that wants to be with you, right? But my whole rule that I've noticed, like, if a girl wants to be with me, I don't trust her ass. Like, if I walk up to you and I'm like, oh, you're really cute, we should go out. And you're like, yeah, sure. It's like, who do you usually date? What the fuck? What do you even read? What do you... I need you to understand that this is an awful idea. This is bad, okay? Now, if I come up to you and you run away in fear, you just ran away with my heart. You just, come on now, give me some more of that. Like, I want to have to capture your dog to get your attention. That kind of girl, that's what I want. Jesus. Jeez. Am I going to get a light sometime? 'Cause I'll just keep saying jokes.
Yeah, it'll be right.
Okay, alright, some more shit. Jeez. I haven't dated for a while. I haven't had like a girlfriend you know? But I want one, but I just want one for the beginning part of having a girlfriend. You know, if relationships were TV shows, I would just do pilots. Just do pilot, cut to series finale, because then you never see how bad it gets. You never even fucking notice, okay? What you don't want is you don't want to hang around until season 3 where you're running out of shit to talk about. You're just waiting for the female lead to die, get replaced Aunt Viv style, one or the other. Can we do that? Can we get that? Jesus. I keep telling jokes. Jesus.
All right, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Ed doesn't know when to bail someone out.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
Have
that
a
was
seat.
good, man.
Yeah, funny stuff.
Yeah.
Funny.
Dude, it's so hard to
much.
do this shit with 3 people. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
if
so
If
awkward.
you're listening, this is probably the fucking the
Yeah.
hardest thing to do is with 3 assholes staring at you.
You guys are
There's
really nice
four-
about
there's
it, though.
four
I appreciate it.
4 assholes staring at you
And
and trying
5.
to do your jokes.
Clarkson.
Yeah, Clark's in the corner.
That's 6. Josh is back.
There's plenty of dicks here. Yeah.
Well, that was just actually a regular show. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That was good, dude. I like
so many people.
how you riffed up top. That was funny. Came out and then kind of fucking were in the room. That's good. Really
Right
cool,
on.
man. I
Right
liked
on.
it. And then
Appreciate it.
Felt a
How long
little
have you
bit
been
of your
doing
person.
We were talking about
personality.
point of view, and that was a good point of view.
Okay. I've been doing it for 2 years.
oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Very cool. You getting up a lot?
Yeah, here and there. I did a spot that you were hosting actually at Haha.
Oh,
It was
really?
like 2 months ago. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I just got to do a few minutes up there. So.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. I think I remember.
Yeah,
that.
so I don't get some slots like that. here and
Amir's
there,
going to
but-
start co-hosting the Midnight Mike here on Saturdays with Josh, right, Mike?
There you go.
Yeah, it's-
Every Saturday night.
Josh. So yeah, just
No,
mics,
that's good.
just mics and mics and mics.
How old are you?
24.
Oh, young.
That's
22,
good,
huh?
man. Yeah,
Sorry,
you're
22.
Yeah. So I'm still in the masturbation material, as you guys were saying.
No, you'll get.
No, you had a good point of view, especially being the side bitch.
I like how you talk
Yeah.
about
That
Jesus a
angle is
lot.
funny.
Yeah, I say Jesus. I say
That's just a crutch thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I
the
guess
cursing. If you left it out, it'd be a great TV set.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind that you don't need the ass bit. You know, when you said something
bitches
like
and the fucks.
yeah, like
Yeah.
no bitches is fine, but like you know the fucks and the shits, like you really don't need it. If you just take a breath, you come off way more professional than just adding an extra word that you don't need. And if you're clean, obviously you're going to get a lot more work right off the bat.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's still.
I think you should
funny.
write that
It's
exactly the way you want and talk the way you want because I think that
Yeah.
when you do that, I mean, if you
I
do,
see, and I see that, and I like. To me, I just talk like that.
I do
Like,
too,
everyone
so
in my
I
family's
trust
always
that.
just casually drop fucks, you know, like that. So, but yeah, no, I like knowing that if it came down to it, I could take it out for something.
and you can always do that, you know. But I think
Yeah.
it's like,
It's you know, and I look at it at 2 angles. I look at it as a comedian, and I look at it as a booker. And at the booker angle, one of my least favorite things is when a comic says, "But I can work clean."
yeah.
I'd rather a comic be like, "Hey, can you throw a couple fucks in there?" Because it's gonna be a bar show.
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
that some people just like you said, like we, you know, I talk when I talk, I say fucking motherfucker
Sure.
maybe a lot, and then when I'm in my set, if I'm really being me, and like on a Friday, Saturday night, anywhere, that's how I'm talking when I'm on stage. But then yeah, obviously if it's a TV set or something, you gotta clean it
Good
up.
practice.
Yeah.
I mean, especially coming in here 3
Yeah.
minutes.
But I'd rather have them bleep me if I have, you know what I mean? It's not like the fucks and
Yeah.
shits are like the crucial to the set, but
Mhm.
sometimes just that's your personality. And I don't know, I'm not advocate of going like fuck motherfucker every other word,
Right.
you know, but like if there's a couple in your set and that's just the way you talk, I don't think there's something wrong with that. Because you see guys do HBO specials, you know, Showtime specials, whatever it is, that, you know, that's just how they talk.
Yeah.
If there's a few, whatever, I'm defending curse words because I'm like,
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. and
I cuss so much
yeah.
in my set.
I know that I'm so young in writing that I'm very much like not trying to set any rules for myself because I'm like whatever's going to develop is going to develop. I don't want to make myself a character necessarily, you know.
And
Is
then-
that relationship still going on?
That side bitch,
Yeah.
it's funny. She just texted me like an hour ago, and it hadn't.
I think there's
such a
someone you can
mess.
keep that thing going.
Oh yeah. She's
That's a pretty funny.
she's a gold mine. Yeah,
She's a gold.
she
It's
is.
the only reason I'm in. That's the only reason you're still in a relationship with her.
Yeah. Well, that's not. I'm not in a relationship with her at all. It's just some whatever girl, to me. You know.
If you're talking
Not
to
to
her, it's a
him.
relationship.
Well, if
Yeah.
she's listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're hearing this.
And if you're sticking it in, it's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
No, that was cool, dude. Keep getting up and freaking killing it.
Thanks, man.
And I think it's a really good balance too, because I've been watching you a lot in the mics.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the last 2 months or so, you've really kind of hit a stride. And it's that perfect balance of being just self-deprecating enough to still be likable.
Yeah.
And especially one thing that that good-looking white comedians have to deal with, I think, is that in some ways you have it the hardest, because when it's harder for you to be mean to other people.
For sure, man. I've caught it hard with that. With
Yeah.
a lot of my material, like, I don't know, like this was, not that I have like super heavy metal, offensive stuff, but I do say a lot of stuff that really offends people, and I guess I'm trying to present it in a way of, hey, like, I'm saying it, but like, I'm the asshole. Like, I'm saying it to be funny. Like, I'm not coming from an evil place. I'm kind of part of the joke.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's when it works the best.
Yeah.
When you're talking about failing.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. But I think there is also an art to being the lovable asshole, though. And there's some comedian like.
Clark is a lovable ass.
Yeah. It is.
But like Colin Kane comes to mind as someone who is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how to describe it, but where he can say something, because he is good-looking, and a good-looking white guy, and he can say things that are overtly mean, but somehow you're like, it's still funny. I forgive it. I don't know how you do that, but I don't know why I went off on that. I just got lost in his eyes. That's what.
Romance going.
But yes, I enjoyed it, and I like that it's coming. I think your point of view is. I think the way you described yourself is I still look like I do my homework. That's
That was funny.
Thanks. Funny. I do. I totally could. I should go back to school. It'd be a smarter option than all this, right?
not necessarily. I think they
No, I couldn't go back.
you're interviewing
I couldn't go
Bloomberg, the big business guy, and he said your kids should be plumbers. He said don't go to college.
Yeah, I couldn't go back.
So learn to be a plumber. That was Jordan Leer, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks for having me, guys.
I don't know why I'm saying ladies and gentlemen. There's no. That was Jordan Leer, Clark. All right. Well, I think we learned a lot. We learned a lot about eating squirrels, and we learned a lot about the housing crisis, and one or two things about comedy. What did you learn today?
I learned how old Jesus was.
when he died.
Yeah, 33.
33.
Thank you.
Okay. Sure. And what did you learn today, Richy? Oh, here.
No, that's all right. I learned that Shawn Felipe and Amir have multiple things in common, including salads.
Oh, did you both get the kale salad?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Except for Amir ate it.
I'm fucking eating it now.
Wow. And Amir, what did you learn today?
I learned never to do this podcast again.
Good.
It's like more you know.
Positive energy. Okay. All I need to know is if you're never going to do it again, is it because of me specifically?
No, it's completely because of Richie.
Perfect. That's all I need. As long as I'm not at fault.
As long as it's not Josh or the kale.
Come see us this weekend.
Yeah,
Yes.
this weekend's super fun.
So listen, we've got Amir K. He's going to be in Burbank Friday and Saturday.
With Brad Williams
8
and
p.m.
Adam
and 10
Ray.
p.m. show. Yeah, with Brad Williams.
Did you set up the animating?
We can talk about it.
But yes, Amir K. Burbank Friday and Saturday, and then Shawn Felipe in Claremont Friday and Saturday. A few other things coming up. Maria Bamford is going to be here tomorrow night.
Whoa, Jamie Kennedy next Tuesday.
Yes, Jamie Kennedy next Tuesday, and then Thanksgiving weekend we have Jackie Cation. What? Weekend before Thanksgiving we have Nate Bargatze. Oh my God. First week in December we have Jimmy Pardo. What? Jesus. And then after that. I'm sorry, I'm turning into Brody Stevens. Jimmy Pardo, amazing. Yeah. But anyway, all that is happening. Download our Flap app. There's a bunch of great deals on it. And come out here and see the damn shows. Yes?
And good luck to Hassan Minaj on his new job with The Daily Show, right?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, he's been up here a bunch, so just congrats and good luck in New York, man.
Good luck to him. And go out and buy Andy Peters' new CD.
Yes.
It just
Album
comes
just
out
released.
today. He's on Twitter at Andy Peters. Buy that as well. Guys, that has been your FlappCast. Thank you so much,
Thank you very much.
for flapping
Aloha.
with us.
Mahalo. It's Hebrew for aloha.
Awesome, dude. That was fun.
It was fun.
Hey, Rick. Oh,
with Adam.
Oh, yeah, because he got in touch with me, and I called him, I was just like, all right, you guys have a show for a show? He was like, yeah, I was like, well, what's going on here, Brad?
Tonight we got the celebrity drop.
He was like, I just was with him.
And
Oh yeah, but let's do one of the nights because I promise. I mean, you know what I mean?
I put him all on board.
Yeah,
Is it too late to do
I'll
a
ask
guest
them
set
which
like
night you
tomorrow?
want to do.